Alright guys, I just wanted to make a video about how to do a Turbo 2 differential swap in a NA Miata. I couldn't really find much stuff on it on YouTube about it. There's not really many videos, but so first what I did was I had to switch the hubs. These hubs are sold, I forgot the company, I'll put it in the description later, but these hubs are splined for the Turbo 2 axles, which are bigger than the stock NA or NB Miata. So you have to get these hubs and replace them. Also, this is the Turbo 2 out of a 88 ARC-7, I believe. I'm pretty sure it is geared in 4.10. Got the new bushings in it already, but it pretty much bolts right up to your original subframe. So all I'm gonna have to do now is I already have the Turbo 2 transmission 5-speed that I'll be putting in here. I just have to get my adapter plate either made or order one. There's one person online that I know sells them, but I emailed him and he doesn't have any in stock right now, so I may attempt on building my own. And then I'll have to get a custom drive shaft made and then figure out how to mount my differential with a brace. I'm thinking I'm going to go from here to here with a bar and then maybe weld a bracket to where I can bolt it onto here and then have them going from here to there. So haven't really figured that out yet, but for the transmission itself I'm just going to use basically make my own brackets and probably drill through the actual firewall. The drive shafts I'll be using, I already ordered them. I actually have them here, I'm about to throw them in, but the drive shafts are just some eBay ones that I bought. I do have the stock ones from the 87, but I accidentally ordered the I actually purchased another RX-7 differential, but it is the I'll show you, it's the NA model. And the NA model is actually not the one I wanted, but the guy said it was Turbo 2 and I didn't check it like an idiot, so I got stuck with this. And when I went to go put it in, I actually realized that it's the NA. And the way, there's a couple differences, but one of them is the rear housing sits a lot lower. I think it's like 1.5 inches or 2 inches, and the one for the Turbo 2 actually sits almost all the way flush with this, the ribbing on the case. And the diameter of the holes are a lot bigger on the Turbo 2 for the drive shaft, and also the diameter right here for the half shafts are a lot bigger on the Turbo 2. So I actually bought this one without the half shafts or the stub shafts and the axles. So I went online and ordered these stub shafts. These what go in there, and these are for a Turbo 2. When I went to put them in, they were too big, so I was like, why does this not fit? And when I actually googled the differences between the NA and the Turbo 2, I figured out that I had the wrong one. So I already had purchased these, and I also purchased the axles. And yeah, so now I'm stuck with an NA that I'm trying to sell, but I found someone close by that had a Turbo 2 for sale, and after inspecting it, it was the right one. So I have that in there now. About to drop the axles in. A little about my car. I just built this engine. It's a VVT out of a 03 Miata. I actually painted the cover. You can see it's pretty scratched up from putting it in, and I made this bracket to hold my coils. They're LS coils, and the bracket kind of broke where I drilled it because it's aluminum and it's really soft. They ripped out and they end up scratching up my valve cover a lot, so I'm gonna have to repaint that later and make a new bracket for my LS coils. But it's a completely built 1.8. It's bored out to 1.9 roughly. I actually didn't paint my block, which I wish I would have, but like an idiot, I thought it would be fine, but it's rusting pretty bad and looks like shit. So maybe one day in the future I will tear it down and paint the block. I actually just put the engine back in. It's got 3,000 miles on it now, so it's broken pretty good. It's got forged Eagle rods in it. It's got it's bored out, and then it's line honed. It's done all the machine work, decked, and all that good stuff from the local machine shop here. The head's just got the Volvo springs, and it's got some the ValveTech valve seals, and let's see, what else did I do to it? Oh, it's got 1000cc injectors, radium fuel rail. Right here you can see I'm actually about to switch over these shitty ass fuel lines right here to all braided AN fittings. I got to add the fuel sensor for the flex fuel, and also what did I do? I made these custom block off plates because I'm not going to be running any of the exhaust shit. I have a Kraken manifold. It's actually getting powder coated right now, so I have a Kraken manifold. I have a Garrett 2876R turbo that's going to go on it. I also have a Kraken downpipe. I got the, I forgot the name of the actual motor mounts, but I got them from Fab 9 Tuning. They're like supposed to be really good, and I like them so far. I already drilled and tapped my oil pan when I built my engine. It's got, the engine's completely built. It's got all brand new bearings. I think it was King Racing. I'll have to look up my spec sheet for all the parts I got. I can't remember everything. I built the engine probably like 6 months ago, and I've been driving it to break it in, but I realized when I put the engine in, I had a small oil leak coming from my oil pan, so I had to pull my engine and redo the oil pan gasket, which sucks because after doing all this, I did not want to have to take it back out. Let's see, what else do I have? There's no head work besides the springs and the valve stems seals. Let's see, got forged pistons, bearings, rods. It's completely built. It's got the Gates racing water pump on it. It's also got the shit, I forgot the name of the oil pump, but it's got the one from Fab 9, the good one that everybody goes with. It's a pretty good oil pump. It's like the best one. It was like 400 bucks. Probably the most expensive part of my motor is the oil pump. Let's see, everything else that's done to it, I got Mega Squirt plug and play 2. Got it wired for sequential injection. What else? Right now the VVT is not actually hooked up because I didn't realize at the time when I bought the Mega Squirt 2 that it didn't run VVT. It's actually the Mega Squirt 3 plug and play Pro, and I kind of dropped the ball on that one. So the car's a little dirty right now, but here's the interior. It's a pretty clean car. I had to get the dash mat because my dash is cracked. Got the the roll bar in it. I think it's hard dog. What else? That's pretty much it for now. There's the old transmission I'm trying to sell and differential. They're both actually fine, but I'm going to be pushing probably well over 200, so I know those are good usually for 200 to 300 horsepower when they start to break. But I'll be switching that out, keeping the power steering and AC, because I live right outside of New Orleans, and it's very, very hot out here during the summertime, and I gotta have my AC rolling. Yeah, for right now, that's about it. I'll get my build sheet later on, and I'll probably make another video showing everything I have in it. But I just wanted to make a video about the Turbo 2 differential install, mainly because there's really nothing on the internet for it, and after doing a lot of research, I found out that, you know, it does fit, but a lot of people don't actually use the Turbo 2. They use the NA pumpkin and then switch their gears out. But I wanted something a little beefier, and I couldn't really find any Torsons around here that were cheap, and pretty much at all. I couldn't really find none at all, so I went with the Turbo 2, and I really don't have to worry about breaking that because they're rated for some pretty good horsepower. I think it was like 500 to 600, and I won't be getting anywhere near there, so I should be good. I got NGK spark plug wires, the MSD boots. But other than that, that's it for now. And if I have any more questions, let me know. I'll try to make another video later once I get the transmission installed. I actually just cracked my back windshield the other day when it got really cold. I had it open and then closed it, and then when I did, this just split all the way open. I'm actually looking for a hard top, so if anybody's got one for cheap, let me know around the New Orleans area. But that's it. Peace out.